No
Welcome to a
idea
special
why.
edition of NCTE On Air. I am your host today. I'm Shekema Silveri. I'm your secondary section representative at large. And I'm delighted to have with me on Google Hangout, live on air, Susan Hauser. She's our
Hello.
NCTE president. And she's our program chair for the 2016 convention that will be held right here in Atlanta, Georgia.
And we
So let's talk about the proposal process a little bit, Susan. This year's, the 2016 convention is going to be titled Faces of Advocacy. In your heart, when you talked about Faces of Advocacy, what did you have in mind? What types of proposals did you hope that educators would submit?
Well, as I said, some of the same areas and issues that we are still, we're involved with literacy efforts in our classrooms. But one of the things that I hear from teachers when I travel around is that they feel that they need to have a voice. And they want to have their teacher voice to be channeled into making changes and to making positive changes and to feel like they're part of an effort where they are working towards more control of issues that are important to them. So those were the things that I heard. And just today that they talked about, I just got so excited because those are the same things that I want to see. Talking about teacher collaboration and the teacher as a scholar, looking at rural education and urban education, ESOL and English language learners, as well as dealing with issues like national educational policy. But it's not just about educational policy that we're asking people to be advocates. I think teachers sometimes forget that every day that they go to the class, they are an advocate for not only for their students, but for our profession and for what we believe in strongly at NCTE.
I love that. And, I know your heart and I know your passion for advocacy. And I think that it's so poignant that you envision the spaces of advocacy to take place in multiple layers and multiple spaces with multiple types of educators and various aspects of their careers. And I think that, if I know your heart, like I think I know Susan Hauser, I think that when you think about advocacy, you don't think about it just on a national level or even on a state level. You think about it in terms of every student needs an advocate in every teacher, or every teacher that's ever spoken up on behalf of a student who couldn't speak on behalf of themselves. So I'm excited to see what types of proposals we're going to get. I know that you and I have talked a lot about the self-care aspect of advocacy and how teachers are, expected to do all these things, but they're not necessarily prepared to take care of themselves because advocacy can take a toll on the individuals who are engaged in their work.
And just as I was at convention this year, every time I spoke to people, it seemed like I got a new idea. There are so many people that are involved with so many different areas of advocacy, and it was just like, brainstorm going off. Every time I spoke to someone who's doing work with juveniles in the prison system now, and I thought, oh wow, what a great area of advocacy that I had not really thought a lot about. And I think that one of the things that as well I want people to think about as they're doing their proposals is how can we bring more voices to convention next year in the way of having more panel discussions. And I'm not saying the panels where you just have people that will talk for 20 minutes and then you leave as a participant. I'd like for the panels this year to be more focused on interacting with the participants, and while they can give a 5 to 7 minute maybe points to cover that they want to cover, then having as I will have in general sessions, an open mic type of situation where people can converse and can really have a conversation with people that are experts. And that's part of what I want to do with these sessions that I'm going to set up after general sessions and after some of the real important sessions that we're having, so that people can go and work with people. at there on the ground of convention.
I'm just so excited about it, Susan, and I'm excited to have it here in my hometown, Atlanta. And I think it's apropos that we're going to be here in Atlanta. This is the home of Dr. King, so I hope that people will get a chance to see the King Center. But it's also the home of our new National Museum for Civil and Human Rights. So I think that may give a different spin on advocacy. Hopefully, people will be able to see that, when they come here to the city. So I'm excited about having it here at home.
So are we, and we're looking to maybe offer some off-site sessions at those places so that we can, open up those opportunities for people that are coming to Atlanta. So I'm very excited about being there too.
Yeah, and it's, for people who have not submitted a proposal yet, tell them how they can submit something. Teachers have an idea that they want to present. They know it would, bless themselves and bless others. Tell them how they can submit a proposal, Susan.
Well, we're actually going to kind of cover that in a follow-up to this video session. But basically, the proposal process is all online now. If you go to the website and look for the 2016 convention, then you can follow the links to that. Also to know that we do have online coaches that can help you with that process if you need it, but we're going to be a little bit more specific about that in our follow-up to this interview.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you for your time today, Susan Hauser.
I'm
excited about 2016. I'm excited to see what your presidency is going to bring. I know your heart. You're a true educator, and just to your core, you care about people, and I think that's what I like about you the most.
Well, thank you, Shekema. I look forward to working with you and with the Georgia Council as well in Atlanta.
Thank you. So this has been a special edition of NCTE On Air, and we're talking about the 2016 convention here in Atlanta, Georgia, with Susan Hauser, Faces of Advocacy. I have been your host, Shekema Silveri. I'm your NCTE Secondary Section Rep at Large, and it's my pleasure to serve you. Thank you.